Minecraft's beloved creator, Notch. We all know Notch, the Swedish icon who created the precious game we love and call Minecraft. Well, unfortunately, this icon is really a sad, ignorant, transphobic billionaire. Now, before you comment, whoa, did you just insult the world's most awesome, amazing man, blah, blah, blah? Listen, I'll explain further down the video. For now, hi, I'm Tony. This video is more of a pitiful commentary and history lesson on Notch, from his amazing uprise to his honestly sad and offensive downfall. I'll be sharing some of the tweets he said, so you guys can be pitiful with me. So for those of you who somehow don't know Notch, he's Minecraft's creator. He created the game Minecraft. He is currently a Swedish billionaire that sold Minecraft to Microsoft after his precious game started to quote-unquote die. There's a lot that happened to him for him to get there though. Let's start with his successes. Chapter 1. The Blossoming of a Bitch. So Notch released Minecraft Alpha in 2009, a scratched up, pathetic version of Minecraft. Later that year, he founded Mojang, and by 2010, 1 million copies of Minecraft had sold before the game was even released. He was a happy guy. Content creators started using his games, the ones we love, such as popular MMOs, Stampy, Little Kelly, DanTDM, Captain Sparkles, LD Shadow Lady, the OGs, giving Minecraft exposure and himself recognition. He was enjoying his success, and in 2014 he decided it was time to let Minecraft go. He had sold 15 million copies at that point, and had come to the conclusion that the flame of his game was beginning to burn out. Boy, was he wrong. I mean, look at us in 2021. Minecraft is trending everywhere. Anyhow, he sold it to Microsoft for $2.5 billion. Biggest mistake of his life. He began to have a bit of a downfall, not only in recognition, but also majorly in reputation. Chapter 2. The Slight Decline of a Dick. He became more unhappy after selling Minecraft, which makes sense. He was selling his passion away, the thing he worked on not just for money, but for fun. The dude kinda just sat in his fancy billion-dollar house before, in 2017, some quite controversial tweets came up. We'll be going over them and discussing why they're harmful. I mean, the fact that Microsoft banned Notch from going to the 10th anniversary of the Minecraft convention because of these tweets proves their animosity and problematic demeanor. We all know huge corporations are extremely problematic themselves, but even Notch's tweets were seen as worse. Chapter 3. The Canceling of a Cunt. So around mid-2017, Notch tweeted about heterosexual pride. He implied that straight people are oppressed in some way to various tweets, and whether he meant it or not, basically demeaned everything LGBTQ folks are going through and everything they have gone through or fought for more. This is the tweet. He's talking about gay pride for context. You can figure that out if you have a functioning brain by looking at the replies. He word policed and took all the attention away from what queer folks actually go through and put it on a quote-unquote misusage of the word pride. He dismissed the fact that gay marriage isn't even legal in the majority of the world. It's disgusting how he can be so blinded by his own privilege that he could even tweet something like this. There are countries where gay people get executed and murdered just for being gay. It's despicable, and clearly Microsoft thought so as well. This is only one of the 3 tweets I plan on showing today, though. Chapter 4. The Canceling of a Cunt, Part 2. Now, this tweet is a bit more complicated. Nearing 2018, he made another one. It looked innocent, but that's the point, so here. You can see he says it's okay to be white, which it is. If you're white, that's perfectly fine. But if you look up that sentence, there are articles upon articles on how that statement is heavily supported and founded by white supremacists and Nazis. Literal neo-Nazis. He quoted and supported a neo-Nazi mantra. That isn't a blanket statement. It has actual real meaning to it. You can see that just by going out to the Wikipedia page, and this is the slogan. It's not okay to say things like that, especially on Twitter, and not expect major backlash. He was publicly posting a white supremacist slogan. There's no excuse for that. This poor man was throwing himself into deeper shit. He fell into a really dark place around this time and continued tweeting not PC things. Again, it's cool if you're white, whatever. But the meaning behind this very specifically worded phrase he said is the problem. It sounds innocent, but I promise it's not. Chapter 5. The Canceling of a Cunt, Part 3. So in much more recent years, 2019 specifically, so around a year and a half ago, he identified being trans as a mental illness. Now, while some trans people identified gender dysphoria as a mental illness, he worded it so it sounded like it was a bad thing, if it was one. It's hard to explain. Here's the tweet. So in context, a trans person was openly talking about how they transitioned and he was responding to that tweet. You see, he says, "You are absolutely evil if you want to encourage delusion," aka you are a horrible person for encouraging trans people to come out and proudly transition. Yikes. He also replies to non-transphobic tweets saying, and I quote, "Why do you want to force others to make up the same rules and not their own?" He said that regarding gender, implying that trans people are forcing anything on others when they're not. They're people doing what they want because they're completely valid to do so. In his eyes, asking to be referred to as a woman is forcing ideologies on him. It's disgusting, and this being the third very controversial tweet he's made is more than questionable. Chapter 6, The Banning of a Bitch. So clearly he was going through something, because around that same time he made other tweets saying QAnon was real. Now, this is big. For those who don't know, QAnon is a disproven conspiracy theory that there are trafficking rings plotting against Donald J. Trump. It was a theory created by extremist Republicans and neo-Nazis as a way to gain sympathy and fear for Trump and his supporters. I mean, he was going through something to be openly tweeting about something that was created to sympathize with and support Trump. This is messed up. He insulted leftists and encouraged alt-right ideologies. Nothing got better whatsoever, especially when in 2019, shortly after the transphobic tweet, Microsoft banned him from his beloved game's Minecraft 10-year anniversary convention. A Microsoft representative stated that the reason was because his comments and opinions do not reflect those of Microsoft or Mojang and are not representative of Minecraft. Notch did not take this well at all. He responded by saying, "I've never felt more isolated." Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't have been a transphobic white supremacist and we'll have a bit more sympathy, Notch. White men. Kidding. I love you white boys watching. You're so cool. Now like the video. Chapter 7. Notch, are you okay? Notch went pretty silent for a bit after that. His fans started turning against him. He really needed a fresh slate. He was alone and continued occasionally tweeting slightly controversial things no one cared enough about anymore. Notch realized this, how much his old tweets were doing negative favors for him. Who knew if he realized he was in the wrong about what he tweeted? Probably not, because he never apologized, or he needed to escape from the hate he was getting. But he made a very strange and interesting deal with another random Twitter account. This account was quite medium in terms of followers, but it involved gaming, and it was beginning to post about politics a bit more often. Notch responded to one of their tweets by saying, "I'll delete my account if you would please stop posting about politics. Bring the old internet back." Something along the lines of that. Point is, he was offering to delete his account in order for one random semi-famous Twitter account to stop posting about politics. What? He was bargaining his whole Twitter account with thousands of followers for this? Something was definitely going on, but either way, the person he was bargaining said deal. Notch followed through. He deleted his account. He literally just deleted it, sometime in August 2020. Kind of recent, I know. No one heard from him. The man's was gone. That is until in October, he reactivated his account and claimed he did so in order so no one would take his ad. Since then, no one really talks or cares about him. He's most likely more happy, but I believe the main reason he initially deleted his Twitter account was to hide his old tweets. His quote-unquote past was really just less than a year ago from then. Nowadays, he sits alone in whatever mansion tweeting PC things and staying on the down low. Chapter 8. Notch was cool for a while, but he's pretty terrible now. It's almost ridiculous, this whole ride for him. It's again pitiful, and I'm sorry if that's mean, but it is. And I don't have much sympathy for him considering what he's tweeted. He had a great start, and great successes going for him. He made a mistake by selling his life's work and started saying really harmful things in tweets. He was shunned for a while, but people forgot. I wanted to make this as a reminder because a lot of people don't know any of this happened. I'm simply teaching the history of Notch, the man who created a game that has shaped so many people and so many others' childhood. Although, we should give Microsoft more credit because they made Minecraft what it is today. It's definitely not a tribute to Notch, but a reminder that he exists and he made the game. Isn't necessarily a good person, but he still did. That's my take on Notch. Leave your opinion in the comments. Side note, this video isn't about cancel culture or canceling Notch, it's just an observation of his very negative late life. Leave a like too. Again, name's Tony. Now go hecking subscribe.